We're talking perennials for late summer colour today, and that's brought to you with the support of Cobra Garden and King Seeds. Hello and welcome to Pots and Trowels. Well, today we're at the RHS Hyde Hall Garden Show in Essex, and we're having a wander round the borders here. This is an area known as Clovale, which is full of these great big borders full of herbaceous perennials and shrubs. Many of them are grown for their late summer colour and interest. So we thought we'd have a wander around, pick out half a dozen to give you some ideas how to get that late colour in your garden at home. Achilleas come in many sizes and many colours, and this is one of the larger ones. This one is Achillea gold plate, grows to about 1.2 metres, 4 feet, and it can be quite sprawly if you don't support it. So it needs a bit of room, but it works really well when sort of growing between other plants. It's got these beautiful yellow heads on here that will look good right the way from July through until late September, even October, with the bonus that you can cut them and dry them and enjoy them all year round. For something a little more compact, how about this beauty? These beautiful spires of delicate purple flowers. This is Lythrum virgatum Dropmore purple, and this is the cultivated form of the wild one that grows big by ponds and in damp areas, but this one stays naturally compact and bushy and grows to a couple of feet, 60 centimetres, and will flower from midsummer right the way through into early autumn. And the bees and the butterflies and the pollinators absolutely love this one. And all you need to do is in mid-spring then just cut it all down to ground level and you'll get all the new growth and it will flower again for you. This is a Rudbeckia and the variety is Demii, and these are only just starting to flower. You can see it's got masses and masses of buds on there, so the best is yet to come. And we're filming this at the beginning of August, so this will look good right the way through August and into September. Again, lovely, strong, compact plants, masses of flowers, beautiful sort of sunshine yellow daisy flowers there with a dark centre. And don't they work really well with these lovely grasses planted between them, these calamagrostis, just flowing in the breeze. Another one of my favourites is Echinacea, and this is Echinacea purpurea, and we've got two types here. This one is Rubenstern, and it has these lovely purple petals on it, and this one is White Swan, and I think the two work really well together, and they're planted in a big block here, which works well. These again are hardy. They like a fairly well drained soil. They don't want to sit too wet in the winter, but they will come back every year, and once the petals have faded, you're left with this wonderful cone in the centre. In fact, one of the common names is the cone flower for that reason. So again, the interest just goes on right the way through into the autumn. Sedums are great for late summer and autumn colour, and they've all got these fleshy succulent leaves. And this one is Sedum matrona, which has been renamed as Hylotelephium matrona, a bit of a tongue twister there. And these are great again in a sunny position. They're got stiff stems, they stand there, and at the moment they're in bud, but when the flowers open to a lovely sort of deep pink, then they will look great all the way through September and into October, and again will stand over the winter to give structure to your garden. And this is another one that we wait until spring, and then we cut all the old material down and up it grows again. And this is one that you can do the Chelsea chop on, which we've covered before on a video, where at the end of May we reduce the new growth, it makes some side shoot, and that gives you more bushy compact plants. But this is a great one that will look good for months and months to come. And finally, just something a little bit different. This is an allium. Now, you might be thinking alliums grow from bulbs and flower in spring and early summer, but this is one of the herbaceous types. So it's not a bulb, it's got a fibrous root system, and it makes a lovely compact clump. As you can see, it doesn't grow very tall, and it has these lovely pom-pom heads on there. It's got a pale purple in there. And this is a form known as Millennium, so it's Allium Millennium, and it's a really, really good doer. It just goes on and on. And the more you deadhead it by taking out the flowering stems as they finish, the more flowers it will produce, and just go on and on and on. And it's also one that you can divide. So if you've got a big clump in the spring, when you've cut it down, you can lift it, divide it, make more plants and spread them around the borders. When the flowers do fade, like this one is starting, if you trace it down and cut it out at the bottom, it will encourage lots of new ones to take its place. Well, thank you for watching Pots and Trowels, and I hope that's given you an idea of some of the plants that will give us late summer flowers and colour and interest. And of course, they're all hardy and they'll come back year after year. And you can watch all the videos that we've done and our podcast, of course, on YouTube, where you can subscribe for free. We'll be back in the garden again soon, so we'll see you then. Bye.